I invite you to connect with the voices of the Bible as we explore John 19:31-42, the burial of Jesus on Good Friday. Everything has gone wrong. Jesus is dead. The disciples who walked with him for 3 years have scattered. Peter denied knowing him. Judas betrayed him. The crowds who waved palm branches 5 days ago watched him die without protest. The Roman authorities want this finished before the Sabbath begins at sundown. It's a holy day, the Passover, and crucified bodies hanging on crosses would make the whole city ritually unclean. So they ask Pilate to have the legs of the condemned men broken to speed up death. When the soldiers reach Jesus, he's already gone. One soldier drives a spear into his side to make sure. Now, this is where the story could end. A dead teacher, a failed movement, a body left to Roman disposal, which typically meant a mass grave or no grave at all. In the Roman world, crucifixion was designed to erase a person completely, not just to kill them, but to strip them of every shred of dignity. And then, two unexpected men step forward. Joseph of Arimathea goes to Pilate and asks for the body. John tells us Joseph was a disciple of Jesus, but secretly because he feared the Jewish authorities. This is a man who believed but stayed hidden. He sat in council meetings where Jesus was condemned and said nothing. He watched from the shadows. But now, with Jesus dead and nothing left to gain, Joseph walks into the Roman governor's headquarters and makes a public request. He identifies himself as someone who cares about this executed criminal. In one act, he destroys the anonymity he'd been protecting for years. Nicodemus arrives next. And we've met him before in John's gospel. He's the Pharisee who came to Jesus at night under cover of darkness to ask his questions where no one could see. That nighttime visit defined him. He was the one who came in secret. Now Nicodemus comes carrying 75 pounds of burial spices, myrrh and aloe. That's not a modest amount. That's a burial fit for royalty. It's extravagant, excessive, and unmistakable. Everyone who sees him carrying that quantity of spices knows exactly what he's doing and for whom. Together, these two men take down the body. They wrap it in linen cloth with the spices, following Jewish burial customs. They place Jesus in a new tomb in a garden near the crucifixion site. Notice what they don't do. They don't make speeches. They don't rally the other disciples. They don't challenge Rome or confront the religious leaders who orchestrated the execution. They simply handle the body with care. They do what needs to be done. The timing of this moment matters. Joseph and Nicodemus don't act during the trial when their voices might have changed the outcome. They don't speak up during the crucifixion when protest might have meant something. They act after it's too late, after death has won, after hope has died, after there's nothing strategic or heroic left to do. And that's exactly why their story speaks to us. Most of us will not be called to dramatic acts of faith. Most of the time, faithfulness looks quieter than we expect. It looks like showing up at the hospital when there's nothing left to say. It looks like making a meal for a grieving family when no words feel adequate. It looks like sitting with someone in their pain without trying to fix it. Joseph and Nicodemus show us that sometimes faith emerges not in the triumphant moments, but in the devastating ones. Their years of secret belief prepared them for this one act of public tenderness. All that hidden faith wasn't wasted. It was building toward the moment when it mattered most. These two men couldn't save Jesus. They couldn't reverse the crucifixion or undo the injustice, but they could refuse to let the story end with Roman cruelty having the final word. They could wrap his body with dignity. They could honor what Rome tried to destroy. On this Good Friday, we sit with the weight of what has happened. Jesus is dead. The tomb is sealed. Saturday stretches ahead with nothing but silence and grief. But buried in this dark moment is a quiet truth. When everyone else ran, two secret disciples finally stepped into the open. Their faith didn't arrive with trumpets. It arrived with linen and spices and careful hands. Sometimes that's exactly what faithfulness looks like, not fixing what's broken, but refusing to abandon it, not saving the day, but honoring what the day has taken, tending to what matters even when hope feels buried. The tomb is closed, the silence has fallen, and we wait.